Hello everybody! Well, here we are with the last fight from the second round of the Mount Hua competition for the Blue Dragon server for August 2015. And we have IceMage of the Shaolin. He'll be facing off against Misandry of Wanderer's Valley. Now I'm going to let you into a little secret here. I already watched this fight, and oh boy do we have a fight for you. Every skill in the book is the phrase that comes to mind, so we'll have to watch these two and you can see what I mean. But definitely lots of staff skills out of IceMage with being a Shaolin, Misandry. Hopefully we'll see lots of double blade skills, but we'll have to see. So straight away, it's a early poison out of Misandry, and IceMage is coming back with some victorious staff, getting some good hits in there, making a count. Not doing a whole lot of damage, but keeping control. Misandry looks like she's ready to come back with the Shura twin blades, but does not get a chance to use those at all. IceMage is continuing with his victorious staff. In the game, I believe the actual phrase is victory staff. And now IceMage has shot a couple knives at her. This is Demon Soul Chasing Hand. I believe that's the name. Misandry shot a few back. And now IceMage has switched up his staff skill. I believe that's Bodhidharma's Stick, one of the Shaolin skills. He's doing some good damage with that. Misandry Pegasus's. And they are circling just for a moment. Some Buddha Heart Palm out of Misandry. You see the curve on that palm? That was pretty cool. Throwing curveballs now. Lots of circling again. They are going to be cautious with each other because they are very closely matched. So they do have to be careful. More Bone Corrosion Palm out of Misandry. But IceMage is coming back now with some Dragon Claw. Doesn't look like Ancient Manual though. Plucked Peacock's Plume out of IceMage. Misandry is now down to 50%. IceMage is up to about 75%. He's definitely doing a little bit better here this round. Misandry is not getting a whole lot of hits in. Try some more Buddha Heart Palm. Trying to avoid the staff skills of IceMage. Getting a few hits in, but not really dealing the damage she needs to do to catch up very quickly. But if she can keep chipping away at him like this, it'll definitely do the job. And now IceMage is coming back with, well, it looks like he was trying to come back with Waito's Stick. But now Misandry has cut him off there with the Bone Corrosion Palm again. Lots more circling again. More caution. Shura Twin Blades. Vertigo Dart now out of IceMage. Ghost Claw from Misandry does not connect. Not a good connection anyways. More Vertigo Dart from IceMage. I thought the Shaolins weren't allowed to use dart skills. I don't know. Opening the Tai Chi. IceMage has been caught. Will he be able to get out of this? Does he have a Trick the Enemy or an Internal? It looks like he has an Internal that'll get him out of it. And he's coming back now with the Waito Stick skill. I believe that is. I could be incorrect. Wind Catching Blade out of Misandry does little good. More long style boxing from IceMage though. No, this is the start of the long style boxing. I think. Yeah, that's it. Long style boxing. But a quick Pegasus and a Circle the Moon from Misandry. She really got that just in time. She's down on energy. IceMage is at 50% health but has plenty of energy. He should probably Pegasus here, because he's still going to face continued pressure from IceMage and that Buddha Heart Palm here. He's down to a third healthy Pegasus is, and circles the moon. More Buddha Heart Palm coming out of Misandry. IceMage is quickly approaching 50% again. Misandry's on 75%. More circling here. Close in. Having that dance out of Misandry and White Dragon. Dragon soaring over the palm. I believe this is Waito Stick. Yeah, I'm going to guess that. No, this is 8 Trigram Staff, I beg your pardon. Karen Step, I recognize that skill. And Shura Twin Blades back from Misandry. They are trading back and forth here pretty severely. IceMage is down to below 50%. Misandry is on about a quarter health. High flying skill. She's getting a good combination, just not dealing a ton of damage, but she's keeping control. A Plucked Peacock's Plume. I don't think any of that damage went in after she cast it. So she is sitting on just below 50%. Maybe a little bit of healing went in. More Buddha Heart Palm against IceMage. IceMage is down to a 16th health now. He's using the exquisite dice skill for some long-range attacks, getting some good damage there, and against Misandry. Misandry's down to almost a 16th health as well. Both of them are down on energy as well. They can do a Pegasus. Misandry does a Pegasus, brings her up to a 3rd health. But it's not going to do very much for IceMage either. He might be able to bring himself up to 50% though. Mochi's sword now out of Misandry. A nice one there. Gets a few hits in there, but mostly blocked. And IceMage is coming back with another staff skill, but gets interrupted with the opening the Tai Chi. This should finish him off unless he can get out of it right now. And he can't. His internal was getting him out of it, but not before the damage, and he had so little health left that was his only chance. So Misandry takes the first round. What did I tell you? Every skill in the book. There are ancient skills there. There are cash shop skills. There are school skills. There are Jianghu skills that have been used. Everything. Skills from all kinds of different schools as well. What are they going to bring out next? Who knows? It's like a grab bag of everything. And keep in mind, on your hotbar, you can have up to 5 skill sets ready, and then you have to shift over to the next 5 skill sets. And so far, IceMage has, I believe, gone through 2 bars worth of skill sets. Misandry's onto her second one too there, I think. So we're fighting again. Early poison, no effect, but IceMage is coming in now with a victorious staff. Almost messed it up there. But Misandry is now coming back with the Shura Twin Blades, and it's about even so far. Not a lot of damage done, about 80% health. A little bit of a trade back and forth. Headbutt skill from IceMage. Gets a little bit of damage there, but it looks like Misandry was able to stop most of it. She's coming back now with more Tai Chi Fist skill attacks. She used one of the Tai Chi Fist skills there. You usually don't see those. It's almost always the Rage, but she switched it up a little bit there. Another Bone Corrosion Palm Poison. And yeah, she's continuing that. But IceMage is coming back now with the Long Style Boxing again and getting some good hits in there. Long Style Boxing was the skill to have for a while in Age of Wushu. About a month or two, I'd say. But then it quickly was supplanted by something else. But still, pretty good stuff still. Heaven Net Dance now out of Misandry. Getting a few hits in there. Again, blocked by IceMage. Both of them are doing pretty good with health, but IceMage is starting to fall now in the face of that Buddha Heart Palm. Has him down to a 3rd health. Misandry is continuing her attack. There is the Plucked Peacock's Plume. So IceMage will get a little reprieve, but he is sitting on a 8th health. Pegasus is. He needs to circle the moon as well. He does. But more Chirping Nightingale's Inherent Beauty. Oh, this is Heaven Net Dance again. I believe this is the Rage. Getting some ranged attacks in there, but all blocked. IceMage is using Pierce the Sky in Rage. That is the Boundless Sword. One of the Scholar Sword sets. Everything here today. More trading back and forth. They're not doing a whole lot of damage right now. They're up to 25,000 versus 7,000. And we are just approaching the halfway mark for the round. They need to get a move on if they're going to finish this before time is up. Headbutt skill coming in from IceMage. Getting some good hits in there. Definitely controlling the engagement. Has Misandry down to 50%. Headbutt doesn't do quite the damage it used to, but it still is very good for controlling. But so is Shura Twin Blades, which Misandry comes back there. Has IceMage almost down to 50%. Misandry is just below 50%. More headbutt coming in from IceMage, nicely blocked from Misandry. Now Misandry gets the knockdown, parry break, and opening the Tai Chi. Gets the full set. IceMage is just below 50%. Will he be able to get out of this? He probably will, but will suffer the damage. He's down to a 3rd health, but coming back now with the victorious staff. No, yes. No, this is a trigram staff. Oh my god, too many staff skills. But Misandry is coming back with Understated Beauty, ranged... oh, geez, I don't recognize this one. I know I've seen it before, but I don't recognize it. Yet another skill. Double Pegasus, double Circle the Moon. Exquisite dice now out of IceMage. A minute 40 left in the round. They really need to start dealing some damage. Both of them are sitting on about 50%. Not a whole lot of energy, about a 3rd energy for each of them. More Buddha Heart Palm out of Misandry. more exquisite dice out of IceMage. He was trying to keep his distance. He really cannot afford to do that. Almost less than a minute 30 left to go in the round, and he is at 48,000 points of health versus... No, he's at 30,000 versus 48,000. He needs to get in there and start dealing some damage in case they don't finish each other off by the end of the round. But there is a Tai Chi Fist. Does not connect from Misandry. IceMage is being cautious. Again, he needs to be very aggressive here. Misandry is coming in now with that Demon Soul Chasing Hand again. At least I think that's what it's called. And IceMage is in now with the long style boxing, but quickly Misandry is coming back with the Sure Twin Blades. Both of them are pretty far down on health. They're down to a third or less. More long style boxing coming in from IceMage. Misandry opens the Tai Chi, does not get IceMage. IceMage takes a single return of the what is it called? Dragon Claw. That's it. Gets a single shot in there, but then circles the moon. Does not Pegasus, does not really have enough. No, he does have enough energy for that. He should do that right now. He is down to a third health, but there are only 17 seconds left. He needs to get aggressive, but he's caught in opening the Tai Chi. This is pretty much won the round for Misandry, unless IceMage can finish her off. She has just over 2,000 points. A Pegasus, Dragonfly touched the water. He's using Tai Chi sword attacks. This is not going to do the trick. 1 second left. And the round is over. Oh my god, he was so close. If he had been able to pull out a skill that did some big damage there, maybe the headbutt, he certainly had a choice. Maybe 8 Triground Staff, he had a real shot at taking the round in the last 20 seconds, but instead he used the Tai Chi sword, which definitely will not get the job done when it comes to big numbers. And Misandry was able to take the round at the timeout. So, what a fight. So we will have more fights from the Mount Hua competition for the Blue Dragon server right here on this channel. Please stay tuned for that.